6. Supportive and considerate responses to children. No matter how children behave, it is incredibly important to give them emotionally considerate feedback on the negative remarks they give themselves. Our response to children is very important. Above all, we get a glimpse of their confidence in their own abilities when they talk about themselves in the first person. In other words, we cannot ignore their daily remarks such as, "I can't, I'm just doing it wrong, I'm embarrassed, or there is nothing interesting to do." Because these remarks have an important undertone which could be a sign of low self-esteem. If we know how to solve these situations, and can find the right answers for children, it can help us build a beneficial, caring and thoughtful nature from a very young age. By being aware of the importance of never ignoring a feeling, we can provide a range of feedback that can help them rethink their destructive claims. Let's look at some examples. 1. The golden grain. I can't, is the golden nugget. Too many of us have included it in our inner dialogue, sometimes even out of two, since we were very young. This is a normal expression that is indicative of fatigue, lack of energy, indifference and lack of self-confidence. We usually respond by saying, "Yes, you can." Sometimes it is followed by these horrible expressions, "What nonsense," or "Don't be lazy." How can we help them question these thoughts or this way of being? Keep in mind that many times, it's best to first answer back with questions, such as these. What do you mean by you can't? What proof do you have that you can't? How do you know if you don't try? Do you think it helps you to say, "I can't"? Don't say, "I can't," but say, "It's going to cost me, but I can do it." 2. The best response to children when they say, "I don't feel like it. I will not do it." Reluctance and lack of interest when it comes to certain tasks is mostly normal. It may seem hopeless, but they must understand that there are certain tasks that must be solved for their own good. The best response to children and the best way to support them when you ask them the following questions is to send them this message. Don't say, "I don't feel like it, so I don't." Say instead of, "I'll do it even if I don't feel like it right now." After all this, it's all about asking questions like, what would happen if we all did exactly what we wanted right now? Should we never do anything we don't want to do? Can you imagine a world where no one got their act together? What if a driver got tired of respecting the traffic rules? Or if the doctor got tired of healing others? This type of question is going to help them reflect on their reluctance and change their attitude. 3. I don't feel like doing it because I'm shy. When you think about it, laughing at someone's embarrassment is a terrible thing. If we laugh at an emotion that could contribute to suffering, then we make fun of their emotional vulnerability. We must create a sense of security around it, which shows them that while we must not completely pretend that nothing happened, we must have understanding and show that we can help and sympathize. 4. I'm tired, sad or angry. It is a big mistake we make when we deny their emotional responses. Maybe it's because it seems so normal to us. This is not so strange, because ever since we were children, we have heard people respond to someone's crying by saying, "Don't cry, there is nothing wrong." There are emotional expressions that embarrass most people in our society. But by denying them, we shut down something very important in both children and adults. 5. Don't pigeonhole them as being clumsy, naughty, or stupid. This does not help in providing a healthy self-esteem. When a child does something wrong, there are many ways to tell him. It is not right to hit your brother. You don't have to destroy your toys, or you'll have to work a little harder to read up on maths. 6. But don't use words like clever, capable, or intelligent, either. A child isn't going to understand what it's all about when you talk to them like that. Instead, you can say, "You did really well with your homework, you cleaned very nicely," or "I love watching you paint." That is, we can assess their behavior, but we must not assess the child. Remember that if we want to reach them, we must use an appropriate pitch and never attack them. How talking to them in a caring and sympathetic tone is fundamental for a good upbringing and new learning discoveries. Remember that it is from us that they get the psychological model, so we should take the management of their upbringing seriously. Therefore, we should think about our response to children.